Good morning, this is Colleen with yarnwars.com, and today I am going to be making this Hippie headband, this chevron stitch headband. Not a lot to it, it's really easy, and I just did a tie off for it. But if you have a Hippie in your home, this is a project you're going to want to watch. Let's get started. Okay, so let's face it here, the chevron headband could be for anybody. It does not have to be for a hippie, but it just happens to be a perfect look for what I'm after. I'm using Karen Simply Soft, and one of the paints that's a pretty similar weight to the yarn. But what you're going to want for this is, I'll be using an F hook today. And of course you're going to want your snippers or your scissors to cut tails, and actually I leave those out because we'll be doing that frequently. That's the only painful thing about this, is you're going to be doing color changes, and depending on how many colors you have, well, regardless of how many colors you have, you're going to have some tails to hide in. So the last thing you're going to want other than your yarn is your blunt needle. So we're going to go ahead and begin with our first color. It doesn't matter, you don't have to have a main color here to this project, because you can be equal with all of these, but you're just going to go ahead and make a slip knot. And hopefully I'm going to be able to get focused in here. Looks like I'm going to have a little bit of trouble here. There we go. And we're going to start by chaining 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have 12 chains throughout this, and how we will begin is by working into that second chain from the hook. And we're going to work over the first 2 stitches to make a decrease. We're going to crochet 2 together, single crochet. So we're just going to go into that first chain, yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to go into the second chain, yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So we've just decreased those 2 stitches into 1 stitch. Next, we're going to go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 chains. Your foundation chain is going to be the most awkward part of the project to work. From there, it's going to be very simple. And then in the next chain, after I have single crocheted 3, I'm going to work 3 single crochets right into that 1 chain. And this is going to give that bend that we need for that chevron look. It's going to make that V shape. So next we're working backwards. We're going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 chains. And then our final 2 stitches, we're going to be single crocheting together, making another decrease. So as you see, we've decreased, we've increased. So 1 in that one, yarn over and pull through, then 1 in the next, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. So we decreased, worked 1 single crochet in 3 chains. We increased, putting 3 single crochets into that middle. Then we worked backwards, 1 single crochet into 3, and then we single crochet 2 together to decrease at the end. So once we've reached this, and I would do a few rows of the same, you're going to chain up, turn your work, and repeat. So you're going to work 1 single crochet, or you're going to work 2 together, you're going to work a decrease again in the first 2 stitches. Then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to work 3 single crochets into that next one. Then 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and ending with a decrease over the next 2. This entire pattern is done in the same fashion throughout. So we're going to repeat this for however many rows that we wish to have that one color. And then we're going to switch into our next color. So I'll go ahead and switch into the next color now, because this entire pattern is really just about repeat until you have grown this to the size that you decide. Now you can work your yarn up, but if you're working different color yarns, that's going to be kind of tough. So what I would do is go ahead and clip off that end to get it out of your way. And then I'm going to join with my next color by just pulling through that chain right there. I'm going to tighten by pulling the tail on my last color. And then I'm going to chain 1, locking it into place over this loop. Now obviously these are tails we're going to want to work in, or you can save yourself a little time and work them in right off the bat. So pull them over and work them on top. As you stitch your next round, we're going to start by our decrease over the first 2 stitches. And it is going to be a little bit cumbersome with these 2 tails in the way. However, you save yourself a lot of time. So you might have this little loop here and you can pull that and just kind of even it out. And I would work your tails over at least 3 up to maybe that middle section. So we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3. And just kind of pull those tails as you go to get them even so that it's not bulky in the back. So we just worked 1 single crochet in the next 3. I'm going to drop my tails now. I'm going to work 3 single crochets into this next one. 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to work backwards. 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I will single crochet 2 together to decrease in my last 2. Now you might start thinking, oh, this doesn't look right, because it's kind of coming up in an angle, and that's exactly what you want it to do. You want these angles to be straight this way, okay, because we're going to work that straight headband. And you want to try to stick with this, close to the same weight of yarn through this project, so that you have you don't have a big difference in that look. So we got the 3, 1, 2, 3, and then of course we're working our increase of 3 in that middle stitch. Just make sure that your stitch count is correct, and then you'll be working this correctly. So, and then backwards with our 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and a single crochet decrease over our last 2. So this is how you work the chevron headband pattern, and this is a perfect pattern, really for anybody. It's a nice fabric if you use the Caron Simply Soft, and one of the reasons I use this is because I can steam it in the end, and it's very flexible and soft. But you can do the same thing, after washing once with your Red Heart. The Red Heart yarn also gives you a really nice soft finish after it's been washed once. So I'm going to do one more round of this, chain 1 always at the end, and we're going to work our, I don't know if I already chained one. I wasn't even paying attention there. Single crochet decrease, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 single crochet increase into that next one, and then working backwards, we're going to work 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then we have 2 stitches left there. We're going to work our single crochet decrease. All right. So this is the end of your project here. Not the end of your project, obviously. You want to grow this, grow this, grow this. And I will pop back in here in just a moment after I go grab the other headband again and measure that so I can tell you where I was on it. You'll obviously want to measure the head that you're working this for. And if you want to pause this and go ahead and grow this to the size that you wish to grow it. And once you come back in here, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to show you how to work a quick and easy tie off for this. So, okay, my camera cut out, so I had to finish my sentence on this next section, but also wanted to let you know that this measures approximately 2 inches across using the F hook and starting with that 12 chain. And I measured the other headband that I just showed in the picture earlier, that measures out to approximately 18 inches. So, you know, depending on who you're making it for, that was made for an adult, my 18-year-old son. So this, you know, if you're making it for a younger child, you probably make it smaller. But we're going to go ahead and get started on the band. So what we're going to do, we're going to pretend here that we have reached the end of our chevrons, and we have a long headband here ready to go. And what we'll do is we'll start by chaining 2. Remember, this is starting our tie off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the decrease over the first 2 stitches, but I am going to work half double crochet decrease. So what I'm doing is I'm yarning over, going in that first stitch, yarning over and pulling through. And then I'm going to just go straight into that next stitch, yarn over and pull through. So I'll have 4 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over, pull through all of those. All right, and what we're trying to do right now is level this off a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go directly into my next 2, or no, I'm sorry, my next 3 stitches. I'm going to work single crochets. So there's 1, there's 2, and 3. We're going to go ahead and work this as a normal row, only we're going to put 1, we're not going to work it as a normal row. We're going to put 1 in this next one instead of making an increase. So then we're going to go ahead and work 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do another half double crochet decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook into that loop, pull through, and then just insert into the next, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through all 3. So as you see, by eliminating that increase there, we're already starting to get less of an arrow at this point. So my goal is to be working no more than 6 stitches over here for my band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and yarn, or chain 2, and I'm going to go ahead and work another decrease with my half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the first, and then go straight into the next, yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops. So we've decreased again. We're going to go into our next 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do another half double decrease over these last 2. Okay, so we're straightening it out even more here. Okay, so in this next section, what we've done is we've actually left ourselves with 7 stitches. So we're going to decrease once in this, and we'll go ahead and decrease right over our first 2. So we're going to go ahead and chain 2, turn our work, and we're going to work a half double decrease over those 2, the first 2. Okay, and then we're going to work a half double crochet in the remaining stitches. So in the 6 remaining, 1, 2, or no, the 5 remaining, sorry, 3, 4, and 5. And this leaves us with 6 total stitches on here, okay? So at this point, it's just about wrapping it up. Now I want to tell you, if this is all getting really tight in here, our purpose for this is just to kind of bring it together and get rid of the chevron look. And if you have a different way of doing this, that's fine as well. I'm going to cut these tails off real quick just to get them out of my way. But the nice thing about working your tails in is that that's really all you have to do. On the wrong side of the headband is just clip off your tails at the end because they're already snug in there. So inserting our F hook again. So like I was saying, when you steam this, if you just take your hot iron and just right above it, about an inch or 2 above your project, just steam over it. It's going to make this very loose, and it's going to allow the fabric to be very more limp. So it will be perfect, and none of this will be folded or, you know, tight in. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to work another decrease round here, and we're going to bring this down to 4 total stitches that we're going to be working into. So we're going to start with these first 2 and work our half double decrease over those first 2 stitches, and then we are going to work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2. And then we're going to work 1 more decrease over those last 2 stitches. Okay, so we have brought this up to the level where we're at here, where we're going to go ahead and just start working half double crochets. From here on out, I'm just going to chain 2, turn my work, or you can chain 1, depending on how tight your stitches are, what your tension is, then you know you can adjust that accordingly if you need to just chain 1 at the beginning of each round as opposed to 2. That's really not going to make a huge difference in your project. At this point, we're just making those closing straps to tie on the head. So we're just working our 4 half double crochets. Now we've switched to half double crochets so that we can kind of speed up this process. You can do single crochets as well. I just choose half because it helps me to grow this a lot quicker. So we got 1, we got 2, 3, and 4. My son has me making these for his friends now too. He loves his orange one. Okay, so basically you're just going to grow this until you feel it's long enough to tie. You'll be repeating this each new round. If you're doing single crochets, you'll just chain one, turn your work, and work one single crochet in each of the next 4. If you're doing what I'm doing, you can either chain 1 or chain 2, turn your work, and work half double crochets into your remaining 4 stitches. And like I said, you just grow this, grow this, grow this until it's long enough to tie onto the head of the person you're making it for. So we have managed to decrease this down, and I realize it may not be the most or the perfect way of doing it, but this does achieve what we're trying to do here. And as soon as you block this, this is all going to lay flat, and it's going to just look really nice across the board. So you're going to have a headband. This one is even a little choppier. I think I jumped up to a double crochet on this to finish it off quickly because the chevron can get a little tedious. It's just a long round of doing the same thing, switching out colors, and I do not love switching out colors, but this was definitely what I was going after, is definitely achieved by this. So this is how you're going to work your band on either side. Well, on one side, because this is the side that we have the point, right? So here's what we're going to do on the other side. So what we are going to do is we'll start out with our decrease. We've joined our yarn, and this time we're going to work a single crochet decrease over those first 2 stitches. So I'm working over my tail to hide that as I go, and I'm going to work in one. I'm just going directly, my single crochet, I just go directly into that first, yarn over, pull through, go into my second, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. And then I'm going to work instead, like we did on the back side, on the other opposite side here, we worked 7 single crochets. We're going to work 7 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3. And I'm just working over the tail. I'm going to drop my tail, but you can continue working it in until you feel it's snug in place. So we're going to do this. I believe that's 3. 4. Nope, I did that over the first 2, so. All right, so in our last 2, this one and this one, we are going to work a single crochet decrease. So 1 in, pull through, 1 in, pull through, all 3 on your hook. So we're just kind of flattening this out. We're getting this in place. Next, we're going to just chain 1, work another single crochet decrease over those first 2, clipping off my tail there. So we're going to work our first 2 stitches, a single crochet decrease. Okay, and then we're going to work half double crochet in each 2, 3, 4, 5 of the next 5. So we got 1, or just half double crochet. I hope that's what I said. 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving us with 2 stitches, which we will just do a single crochet decrease. Remember, right now what we're doing is leveling off our area here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to chain 1. Actually, we can jump back into half double crochets for this. So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we are going to do a half double crochet decrease over our first 2. We're going to work a half double crochet into the last, let's see, what have I done? 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just chain 2 for our next round. So we're just working this backwards. We worked in 1 extra round in the beginning to start leveling this off, just because we have a wider space here with this V and we're pulling it in. And I realize, like I said, this is not looking the prettiest, but there are ways to kind of refine your outer edges. When you hide this tail, you can work that in more as well. So going backwards, as we did in the opposite side of our strap, we are going to work a half double crochet decrease over the first 2 after we've chained 2. Work that half double crochet decrease, and then we're going to work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 half double crochets, and then we'll work another decrease, which is going to take us down to 4 stitches. And I know it looks like there should be more stitches here, but there's not, so don't continue working on. Like I said, just refine your edges later because you want this to be even. Okay, believe it or not, that is even. And from here, it's just repeating what we did to build our strap up. So either chain 1 or 2, turn your work, and work 1 half double crochet into those 4 half double crochets. So you're just going to repeat this until you have grown out your strap to what you need it to be able to tie it onto the head. So we just continue with this around. Next round we're going to chain 2, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to continue to chain or to half double crochet 4, chain 2, turn your work, half double crochet 4, and you'll grow it until you have the straps you need. You'll take your tail and just work it in. So it's good to leave a little bit of a tail. Nice time to be telling you this, huh? Even if you don't, it's okay, because at the end you can come down with this before you cut off your tail on the strap. You can come down and just slip stitch down the side and really refine that edge. It'll look great. So anyhow, folks, this ends our Chevron hippie headband for a hippie or not for a hippie. But this is how it turns out. Just put a little pause in the video here. If you work your straps properly, you've got a great headband in the end, and it is really a fun project. It gets a little tedious, like I said, in all the switching of colors. You will find this and so many other great projects over at yarnwars.com on our website. So feel free to go over and check out the free patterns we have available there, tips and tricks to different projects, simple projects that you can work up in a very short period of time. And we'd love for you to come and visit us at our Facebook group at www.facebook.com/groups/yarnwars, where you'll find an amazingly talented group of people who are crocheters, knitters, loomers from around the world. Great support group over there for your help on your projects. a great place for you to make new friends, pick up some free patterns. We have contests over there, just a lot of fun stuff going on at the group. We have over 20,000 members right now, so definitely a big community full of wonderful, drama-free people. If you've enjoyed this video today, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot coming out. Some new free patterns that are coming up. Like I said, some quick and easy workups that you can do in a very short period of time. Great for craft fairs, gifts. We got Christmas coming up, lots of things. So subscribe to this channel if you've enjoyed this, and I'm really glad that you joined me today. I hope you've enjoyed this project, but thanks so much, guys, and have a wonderful day.